Romeo and Juliet, Act 4, Scene 4, is seemingly rather purposeless. It's just a continuation of all of the wedding plans that Lord Capulet is orchestrating. But though it seems initially to be purposeless, keep in mind that whenever Shakespeare had a really intense scene, like Juliet deciding whether or not she should take this roofie from a priest, he will follow it with something that's a little bit more comical, even if it's just mildly comical, to have some comic relief to take down the tension that the audience it feels building. Basically, they just keep on with the wedding plans, nothing super important here. However, we move in then to Act 4, Scene 5. We have the nurse show up to wake up Juliet. In doing so, she finds Juliet to be dead. Now, the emotions she exhibits in her monologue vary greatly. She starts off by teasing Juliet, calling her a slug-a-bed, which we would say is sleepyhead, and then she goes on to say that Juliet should enjoy her sleep now because, wink, wink, Paris is going to be keeping her up at night. Gross. And then she discovers that Juliet is still in her clothes and realizes that she is, in fact, dead. Now, she panics and ends her monologue by calling for some brandy, which isn't the first time we've seen her do this. Lord and Lady Capulet enter and begin to cry out their laments, as does Paris when he gets there. The friar has also shown up, and he acts all surprised, but he eventually chides the others, saying that the only thing they cared about were her getting married and her being with Paris. They should be happy for her, he says, because now she's gone on to heaven, she's gone on to eternal life. Capulet is still upset, but he figures they shouldn't waste the party, so he decides the wedding feast will now become a funeral feast. All this is quite disturbing and intense, so Shakespeare ends the act with some joking around, some comic relief from Peter and the musicians, and consequently, the musicians do decide to stick around and play music for the funeral, especially because they can stay for dinner. Ba-dum-bum.